how this process is happen in the body of a person, mechanism of respiration. Okay. The process of respiration involves complex series of reactions. Yes, we all know respiration is a complex series of reactions when different reactions happen inside our body. We all know in our body there are metabolic activities are happen in the body, and these metabolic activities divided into two types of reactions. One is called anabolism, another is called catabolism. In anabolism, simpler molecules are combined and convert into complex structure. And in catabolism, complex structure are broken down and convert into simple substances. So respiration is a process. So respiration is an energy releasing process. Okay. So for the study of all the reactions of glucose oxidation, we will go into the mechanism of aerobic respiration. So we all know aerobic respiration in which oxygen is needed and anaerobic in which oxygen is not needed. So aerobic respiration is a continuous process. Okay, but for convenience, we can divide it into three main stages: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain. So mechanism of respiration consists of three steps. First is glycolysis, second is Krebs cycle, and third is electron transport chain. So what is glycolysis? We all know breakdown of glucose molecules in the cytoplasm. We also study in detail in chapter number 4. So first step is glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm and oxygen is not involved in this stage. In this process, oxygen is not needed. So that is why it occurs in both types of respiration, that is aerobic and anaerobic. So in glycolysis process, aerobic and anaerobic both actions can be happen in the body. In glycolysis, glucose, 6 carbon molecules, is broken into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, 3 carbon compounds. This thing we also have studied in our previous topic when glucose, because the chemical formula glucose is C6H12O6. So it consists of 6 carbon molecules. Okay, so these 6 carbon molecules, when they are broken down by oxidation reduction reaction, so what will be happen? It convert into 3 carbon molecules. Okay, and these 3 carbon molecules are called pyruvic acids. In next step, this is a Krebs cycle. Okay, Krebs cycle, the pyruvic acid molecules are completely oxidized because we have studied glucose convert into two 3 carbon molecules. Okay, it convert into 3 carbon and then 3 carbon molecules. So these molecules are completely oxidized in this step along with the formation of ATP, NADH and FADH2. These are ATP, we all of know it is an energy molecule, and further the molecules which help in this process, they are NADH and FADH2. Actually, these both molecules are coenzymes. These are coenzymes. These are coenzymes. Coenzymes. Okay, so before entering in Krebs cycle, pyruvic acid is changed into 2 carbon compounds called acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA. It will. So what will be happen in second step? Second step. So pyruvic acid. So pyruvic acid will be broken down, convert into 2 carbon compound, which is called acetyl-CoA. Now come to the next step, that is called a electron transport chain. It is a process in which electrons are transported from one stage to another. So it is the final step of cellular respiration. It is the transfer of electrons on an electron transport chain. In this step, NADH and FADH2 release electrons and hydrogen ions. So what is happened in this stage? NADH and FADH2, they release hydrogen ions from their compounds. So these electrons are taken up by a series of electron carriers. When electrons move through the series of electron carriers, they lose energy, which is used to synthesize ATP. Which is used to synthesize ATP. It means which is used to which is used for the formation of ATP molecule. At the end of the chain, electrons and hydrogen ions combine with molecular oxygen and form water. You can also see FAD. FAD is the abbreviation of flavin adenine dinucleotide is also a coenzyme. Like NAD plus, it gets to hydrogen and reduced to FADH2 ions. Now we will understand this mechanism with the help of a diagram, the help of equations. You can see this is a process or mechanism of respiration. First step is called glycolysis. You can see it's a glycolysis in which glucose is broken down. So it will broken down. So glucose consists of C6H12O6. So its 6 carbon molecules will be divided into 3 carbon compounds. So this is called two. So it will be converted into 2 pyruvic acid. And because of this reaction, NAD plus and ADP plus, you also know about adenine diphosphate, it is also an energy molecule, and NAD plus, it is also an energy molecule. They both are added in this reaction, and because of that, there will be a formation of ATP molecule and plus NADH molecule. These both are coenzyme. They act in this reaction as coenzyme. And you all know what are coenzymes. Coenzymes are those which help in the chemical reaction, biochemical reaction inside the body. So in next step, that is called Krebs cycle. These 2 pyruvic acid, we also have studied about 2 pyruvic acid. These 2 pyruvic acid, due to coenzyme, they convert into acetyl CoA before entering into Krebs cycle. What is happening? 2 pyruvic acid convert into acetyl CoA before entering the Krebs cycle. So Krebs cycle, when they enter, they already convert into acetyl CoA. So in the reaction, further enzyme are added into it. They are ADP, adenosine diphosphate, FAD, flavin, adenine dinucleotide, and NAD. 3 coenzymes are react in this reaction, help in this reaction. They are coenzyme, and because of that, carbon dioxide is formed. Okay, and plus ATP plus NADH and plus FADH. These 3 energy molecules are formed, which help to do the biochemical reaction inside our body. So this is the Krebs cycle. After that, when after Krebs cycle, the next step is called electron transport chain. So what is happen in this reaction? NADH, energy molecule, plus FADH, when they both are enter into next step, they will lose their hydrogen ions. What will be happen? They will lose their hydrogen ions. So which thing will be left? NAD will be left, and in this reaction FAD will be left. So now we will see NADH come in electron transport chain, and FADH2, it will come in this reaction. And because of that, when oxygen is when oxygen is mixed with this reaction, so what will be happen? Water will be produced. Okay, because these both coenzymes are releasing hydrogen ions from their body. In this hydrogen ion, and in this reaction hydrogen ion. So when this hydrogen mixed with oxygen, they both will convert into water. Boys, please turn on your cameras. Boys, turn on your camera. So when oxygen will added with this reaction, because of that water will be produced, and it is and here is the ATP synthesis will be happen, means the formation of ATP molecule, and due to that NAD plus and FAD will be performed. So this is a mechanism or respiration which is completely happen inside the body, and it consists of 3 steps. What are these 3 steps? I will explain to you again. First is called glycolysis, where there is a oxidation of glucose molecules. Then it will convert into pyruvic acid, 2 pyruvic acid. Okay, and then ATP is formed, and then ATP is formed, and then NADH is formed. So then further pyruvic acid will convert into acetyl CoA before entering the next step, that is called Krebs cycle. In Krebs cycle, these coenzyme will help the reaction, which is ADP, FAD, or NAD. And because of that, carbon dioxide will be produced, and ATP, formation of ATP will be happen, and 2 coenzymes, NADH and plus FADH will be produced. So when they will come into the next step, which is called electron transport chain. So they will release hydrogen ion. In this reaction, they will release hydrogen ion. In this reaction, they will release hydrogen ion. So they will release hydrogen ions, and because of this reaction, what will be happen? You will see electron transport chain. They will release the hydrogen ions, and they will also release the hydrogen ion, and then oxygen will mix in this reaction. And when oxygen will enter in this reaction, then H2O water will be produced, and plus there is a formation of ATP molecule, which is the energy currency cell of this reaction, and plus coenzyme NAD and plus FAD will be produced. So this is the whole mechanism of respiration. Now come to the next page. So come to the next page. There is some information is given. You can see a British biochemist, Sir Hans Krebs, discovered this series of reactions. That is why it is called the Krebs cycle. This is important for your MCQs. Why Krebs cycle? Why it is called Krebs cycle? Because it was discovered by a British biochemist, and its name was Sir Hans Krebs. So it is called Krebs cycle. Okay. Now your next topic is that the energy budget of respiration. Before that, we have discussed in detail that how these molecules are produced and how the body get the energy, and what is the synthesis of ATP molecule in the body. You all of know that adenosine triphosphate. I have given you the introduction of ATP molecule in the start of the chapter. That adenine, okay, triphosphate, it consists of three phosphate molecules, and these are the powerful molecule in the body of the cell. So now we will discuss the energy budget of respiration. This topic is also very important from last 2 and 3 years. In board exam, this question comes as a long question. So this is very important. Each NADH produces 3 ATP in electron transport chain. Yes, this is true. Each NADH produces 3 ATP in electron transport chain, and the NADH generates in glycolysis gives 2 ATP molecules. Now question is that how many ATP molecules are produced in this reaction? In first step, when there is a glycolysis process, 3 ATP molecules will be produced. Sorry, when there is electron transport chain, 3 ATP molecules will be produced. When there is a glycolysis process, 2 ATP molecules will be produced, because 1 ATP is spent to transport it across the mitochondrial membrane. In glycolysis, why 2 ATP molecules are produced? Because 1 ATP molecule is used to transport materials in the body of the cell. We were discussing about the diagram of ATP molecules. Okay, in this diagram you can see that when there is a oxidation of glucose, then this process is called glycolysis, and because of that, what is happened? NADH is broken down, and because of that, 3 ATP molecules are formed. When it is entered into electron transport chain, in glycolysis, 2 ATP molecule are formed. When they enter into a electron transport chain, because of that, then 6 NADH molecules are used, then 2 FADH are molecules used. So you can see in glycolysis process what is happened. 4 ATP molecules are formed. In Krebs cycle, 6 ATP are formed. In next step, 18 are formed, and in the last step there are 4 are. So totally how many ATP molecules are formed? There are 36 ATP molecules are formed. So this is very important for your MCQ, because this question always comes in your MCQs. It is asked by in board exam that how many ATP molecules are produced during the mechanism of respiration. So your correct answer will be 36 ATP molecules are formed. So I was explaining you that how is the energy budget cell. We are talking about the energy budget cell. So the total output of ATPs can be calculated from the following data, and we have studied that 36 molecules are formed. So during anaerobic oxidation of a glucose molecule, only 2 ATP molecules are gained as the net profit. It is because there is no Krebs cycle and electron transport chain in anaerobic respiration. So this is very simple. When there is a oxidation of glucose, it is an anaerobic. It means there is no oxygen is needed. And when there is oxygen is not needed, but when there is a process in Krebs cycle and electron transport chain, so it is an aerobic respiration in which oxygen is needed. So ATP molecules work as the energy budget of respiration in the human body. Now come to the next topic. Okay, this is also very important difference between photosynthesis and respiration. You all of know photosynthesis is happen in the plants, and respiration also plants also respire by have a respiration process, and it also happen inside the body. So what is the difference between two? First characteristic which we discussed, that is metabolism. Metabolism, you all of know, these are all biochemical reactions happens inside the body. So when there is a photosynthesis, it means there is a anabolism. So what is anabolism? You all of know metabolism can be divided into two parts, anabolism and catabolism. In anabolism, small molecules are combined and convert into complex molecules, and catabolism means complex molecules are broken down and convert into simple molecules. Okay, so when there is photosynthesis, it is a anabolism. When there is respiration, it is a catabolism. Second characteristic is energy investment production. How energy is gained by the living organism. So in photosynthesis, investment of light energy to store in the form of bond energy. Yes, we all of know that all plants get light energy. They store in their body in the form of chlorophyll and use that energy as a bond energy in the body of a plant. And what is happened in respiration, bond energy transport into chemical energy of ATP. Yes, when a person takes food inside the body and then it becomes a part of its body, so because of that cellular respiration is happen, all cells get the energy. They release carbon dioxide in the blood and absorb oxygen, and there is a synthesis of ATP in the body. So ATP is the chemical energy, and it is a bond energy which is used in respiration. Third characteristic is organisms capable of. So in which organism photosynthesis is happens, some bacteria, all alga, and all types of plants. And respiration, it happens in all organisms, either they are animals or they are plants. So site of occurrence, where it is happen. If they are plant, it is happened in chloroplast. You have detailed discussed plastids in chapter number 4. That plastids further divided into 3 steps: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. So photosynthesis happened in chloroplast because chlorophyll is present in this body of a plant. And respiration, it happens in cytoplasm and mitochondria. We also had discussed glycolysis process happening in the cytoplasm, and the other reactions, Krebs cycle and transport chain, electron trans, they are happened in mitochondria. Mitochondria is the organelle of a cell. So respiration is happen in this point. Now time of occurrence, definitely photosynthesis, it is happened only in daytime in the presence of light, but respiration can be happen all the time in the body. So these are the differences between the photosynthesis and respiration, and these all are important as MCQs and short questions for your board exams. Now come to next page. This is the last topic of your chapter number 7. Now we will discuss difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration in which oxygen is needed, and anaerobic respiration in which oxygen is not needed. So what is the difference between two? First we discuss its properties. First property is that presence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration, this is true, we need oxygen. Anaerobic respiration, this is true, there is no need of oxygen. Number 2, number of ATP as net profit. Recently, We have discussed in previous page where if there is aerobic respiration, how many ATP molecules will be produced? 36 will be produced. And if it is anaerobic respiration, only 2 ATP molecules are produced. If you keep in your mind, we have discussed the glycolysis process, and I have told you that when there is a glycolysis process in which glucose is broken down in the cytoplasm, so 2 ATP molecules are formed and 1 ATP molecule is used to transport proteins from one part of the cell to the another part of the cell. So what will be happen in anaerobic respiration? 2 ATP molecules are formed, and if there is a aerobic respiration, 36 ATP molecules will be performed. Okay. Next property is that final products. So what will be produced at the end? In aerobic respiration, CO is carbon dioxide and water will be produced. And what is produced after anaerobic respiration? Lactic acid or ethanol and plus carbon dioxide. These are the products of these reactions. In aerobic respiration, the products are carbon dioxide and water. Okay, and if it is anaerobic respiration, then lactic acid or ethanol is produced. Now come to site of occurrence where they are produced. In aerobic respiration, glycolysis in cytoplasm and Krebs cycles and electron transport chain in mitochondria. Yes, we all know in glycolysis, aerobic and anaerobic, both respiration can be happen. It is happened in cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the part of a cell which is a jelly-like substance and transparent and consists of many organelles. Many organelles can float inside it. So glycolysis process means breakdown of glucose molecules, oxidation of molecules. And I also have told you what is oxidation reduction reaction. In oxidation, that is the removal of oxygen from the compound, and reduction means the gain of electrons. So when there are oxygen is removed, we all of know that glucose consists of C6H12O6. So removal of oxygen, and because of that, what will be happen? Carbon and hydrogen bonds will be left, and the breakdown of carbon and hydrogen bonds in cytoplasm. That process is called glycolysis, and it is happen in glycolysis, cytoplasm, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain and mitochondria. But anaerobic respiration, it is happen only in cytoplasm in all living organisms. And the last characteristic of is that importance. Why they are important? What is the
जब तक वहां
importance
से
of
नहीं ना होगा तब तक कुछ नहीं
respiration?
होगा. आप या तो इसको 2 सेकंड पकड़ के रख लें.
Major
बोलिए.
source of energy for most organisms. What is the importance? Major source
उससे
of
बैक
energy
लिखा
for
वही है
most organisms.
जो यहाँ पर
And
आता
if we discuss the importance of anaerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, it is a source of energy for anaerobic organisms. Okay, source of energy for anaerobic organism. Anaerobic organism, if you keep in your mind, we have discussed anaerobes in the chapter. Which organism are called anaerobes? Those organisms in which can respire without oxygen, they are called anaerobes. So it is a big source. Anaerobic respiration is a big source of energy for anaerobic organisms or anaerobes. Okay, second importance is the source of energy for anaerobic organisms in short supply of oxygen. Okay, if there is a short supply of oxygen in your surrounding, then the organism can respire with the help of anaerobic respiration. And you also have discussed in your chapter that early times when there were living organism on earth, then there was a short supply